Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Twix Flicks Movie Reviews. First series of reviews I'm gonna do on these videos is the Studio Ghibli movies. I've never really got into anime, and so I decided to see what the hype was all about, and so. Thought a good place to start is the world-renowned Studio Ghibli movies. And first one I watched was this Howl's Moving Castle right here. Got old Christian Bale in there. He plays Howl. Spoilers. So if you ain't watched this movie, go watch it. Come back. There's going to be some spoilers. And if you don't like foul language, you probably shouldn't be on this Facebook page for one thing, but yeah, I'm gonna be cussing because I have some strong opinions on this movie. Half this movie I really like half this movie. I was like half this movie I was like, man, this is what I'm missing. This is really good stuff. I really want to watch a whole lot more of these. So basically what happens is first of the movie, this girl Sophie, she gets cursed by this witch called the Witch of the Waste. I thought they was just saying Witch of the West in a really weird accent, but they're not. They're saying the Witch of the Waste. The Waste is a part of the area where ain't nothing but witches and wizards and stuff. And she was the Witch of the Waste. And well, this girl Sophie gets cursed by her, turns her old. One of the cool things about it, I thought was really cool, like detail, is she gets turned old and she's like, oh no, I look old and I'm ugly and I'm wrinkly. But along with the negatives of being old, she gets some of the benefits. She's wise. She's a really wise old lady. That's kind of cool. It's like, all right, I'm cursed, but hey, I might as well capitalize on some of these benefits and be wise. So Sophie sets off trying to find, she goes out into the wastes because there's a bunch of wizards and witches. She thinks she's going to try to find somebody to break a curse, right? So she goes out there and she runs into this scarecrow named Turnip Head. And he's really cool. She even makes a comment. He's probably a demon, but maybe he's a good one. It's this really mysterious thing, and he don't talk. He just kind of bounces around and he shows up in random places, and it's just really cool. It's really funny. I liked him. She runs up in on this in the Howl's Castle. It's a moving castle. It's got legs, and it's like a steampunk kind of thing. And she runs in that thing and meets this big old, he's a fireplace. He talks. It's Billy Crystal. Is the voice of him named Calcifer. And, it's kind of funny. I like Billy Crystal. And, like, everything's really cool. And it's Howl's Castle, and she meets him, and it's Christian Bale. Like, this whole movie is really interesting and really cool. And about halfway through the movie, people start making the dumbest decisions I've ever seen in my life. The witch that cursed Sophie, she gets all her power removed from her by this worst witch, right? She's like she's a witch, and she's also a witch, okay? Like, that's her. And she gets all her powers pulled from her, and she turns into this really old, wrinkly old woman. So it's like karma. It's like, oh yeah, that's what you deserve, you, and so, that's really, all right, that's cool. Well, you know what Sophie does? She says, let's take her in, and she takes her with her, and they're like feeding her and they're giving her and they're feeding her and taking care of this old lady. Like, what are you doing? This is the bad guy. This is the person that made you old, and you're taking her in. What? Why? That's the stupidest shit. And then people, like, literally, Howl's flying off, trying to get his killed, trying to fight airplanes and shit. There's bombs flying in the city and everything, and you know what? They figure out that Calcifer is actually Howl's heart. And what happens when that happens? Well, that old to the waist, she grabs the heart, says, that's mine, I want it. And her and Sophie's fighting over his heart, which is also Calcifer, because, like, Howl gave his heart to a demon, and like his heart now is on fire. They're fighting over his heart, and then Sophie has the bright idea to take a bucket of water and dump it on the what the are you doing? She's trying to sit there and get the heart back. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll just kill fire on the heart, which is what's keeping Calcifer and Howl alive. She throws water on the sun. Well, then the house falls apart because she, presumably killed Calcifer. House falls apart. Half of it's walking that way, half of it's walking this way. It's just chaos. Then she goes back in time and sees that, what really happened, and it's actually Howl's heart and all this shit. Puts a heart back in there, and it just gets crazy. Then one of the best characters of the whole movie, Turnip Head, turns into this prince. And he's like, oh, you know what? I love Sophie. They're like, well, Sophie loves Howl. Well, he's like, well, I guess I'll just go home. And he goes hopping off on this stick. I swear to God, this movie pissed me off so bad in the end. It made me mad. But overall, I do love the animation. And I'd probably give it 4 out of 5 Slim Jims. Some kind of shit like that. Yeah, take a look at it. I'm gonna be looking forward to Spirited Away review. Ponyo and the Grave of the Fireflies are coming soon. I'll see y'all.